Today I'm going to expose my childhood self's majestic art for you, since I think it's important to remember that artistic journeys take time. A lot of time. Some people are more quick than others, and I know for me, it's been quite a while. Let's start off by looking at this drawing from 2010. When I was a kid, I really enjoyed drawing on my DSi on a program called Flipnote Hatena. So this was basically a built-in kind of website to an application on the DSi where kids could draw and make their own little animations and then post them for other kids to see and interact with. And I just so happened to be dragged into the hellscape that is Warrior Cat's roleplay. So of course I had my own dumb OC with a dumb name like Airpaw, which I proceeded to name my DeviantArt account over. But anyway, this is her, and I think it's got this quality about it that only a child's artwork could truly recreate. And I kind of just really appreciate this little drawing down here where I drew Airpaw with this big goofy smile, and I'm just like, I'm just glad it turned out pretty good. And you know what? I'm glad that I liked my drawing back then. Alright, so this is definitely around the time when I started getting into Lucky Star, which I still haven't forgotten about or shut up about and never will. It's like basically my first like actual anime outside of like Pokemon or whatever. And of course I really like Konata because she was very relatable and goofy. So I drew her. Lots of striking blues here. The pattern usage on the Flipnote is like really cool though. I still like going back to it and using this program sometimes today. You can tell that for a first crack at drawing humans, like it has a lot of similarities to like how I drew like a cat's head shape, which is kind of funny. Alright, now we're getting into some business. Just absolutely obsessed with the Vocaloid culture and Miss Hatsune Miku around this time, as I still am. So here's an attempted drawing of her. For some reason I did this thing. Some people do this thing where they like split the mouth in half. I guess I did that here. And the proportions on the body look a little more, a little less deformed. Pretty much absolutely no shading whatsoever here. And it's kind of the start of a long-running issue for me where the characters' hands go behind their backs. Kind of an artist classic, but the characters' hands go behind their backs in that kind of a pose so that you don't have to bother drawing hands, which are very, very difficult to draw. Okay, I think we're picking up a little bit here in skill. Something must have snapped in me around here. This is a humanized version of Amaterasu from the video game Okami, and it seems like I'm doing a little bit more with like an attempt at shading and colors here. Like I'm trying to give her flesh a little more like life to it, I think. Also the like logo recreation is also a nice touch. Okay, here's where I got my first tablet. Here's the artist cardinal sin of putting characters' hands behind their backs yet again. Her body looks very, very long and her ass is really fat. I don't even know, like she just she kind of looks like Squidward after he ate too many Krabby Patties. And you can tell I found the airbrush tool and really enjoyed that, but I think the color values are just kind of all over the place. I think what she was supposed to be some kind of like, you know, star, like dealing with paparazzi. I was probably listening to Lady Gaga or something while I drew this. The eyes kind of look like just a mess of different kinds of brushes trying to get that look of early 2000s anime eyes have, but not really understanding what brushes are used where and how to get there. So it all kind of looks like a weird mossy algae eyeball. Ooh, is Wicked still trending? It's probably not trending anymore by this point, but here we have Galinda and Miss Elphaba. Anime-fied. I like how I attempted to draw one hand at least on this piece, so I think that's technically improvement, and we're drawing more than one subject. That's also more improvement there. We're still only doing the top half of characters, so we're not really touching anywhere near feet or legs or anything like that. The background's pretty minimal, but I'll give it points for like trying something more a little bit, I guess. The airbrush tool is going crazy. Like, why is Elphaba's neck like have like cocaine on it? Like, it got dusted all over her beautiful black dress as well. I think Galinda has some too. What was I trying to do? Make it like sparkly looking? Girl, it did not work. There is very minimal details inside the eyes here as well, sadly. It's kind of just one color. And lots more eyelashes on this one, I'm noticing. It just don't look good. It don't look good. Oh man, okay, I think this is a artist profile for DeviantArt. so you know, people could know who I am. And this is what I thought I looked like in 2013. Kind of fun pose. We're actually trying to draw legs, but once again, the pose is set in a way that you cannot see the hands because I'm a fucking coward. I really enjoy the neon colors I chose here. It's just that they're up against each other. They don't really flow very well with each other. Also, my skin looks quite yellow in certain spots. I have some kind of strange disease. As for the positives, I guess I do like the attempt at all of the detailed strands in the hair, even though they look a bit choppy. Oh wow, a little kind of bit of a style change here a little bit. I'm drooping. My bust is drooping Nickelodeon slime. Very interesting. The hair looks kind of cute here. It's not that balanced like gravity wise, but it still looks kind of cute. My main question, and what I think is really funny about this one, is like, why is there a giant American flag in the back? Like, was I feeling very patriotic this day, or was I like wanting people to know that I'm from the USA, or what? Oh, maybe it was just getting quite close to July 4th, and I was like excited about that for some reason. Okay, so this one, we're using and experimenting with different brushes, lots of different brushes that we haven't even touched before, and it appears to be like Miku. Not sure why I chose brown for her dress, and she looks like she's like underwater or something, and she's really sad, she's crying, so maybe I was listening to like Shinkai Shoujo or something. And if you don't know that this was drawn by a child, maybe it can kind of give the vibe of like some kind of high art painting. I just feel like it actually kind of does give that vibe. Like you could see this somewhere in like some kind of museum or something. Back to my usual typical style. I must have been really craving some tea. That's what I wrote there on the right. Oh, something kind of cute about this one. Look at the little hearts that I drew in her hair. That's actually really cute, and I continue to put little patterns on stuff in characters' hair today. Maybe that's where that started for me. The fashion is kind of fashioning here. Kind of cute. Combination of grays and whites and pinks. She's got a cute little beauty mark, a cute little earrings. Nice attention to detail there. Background's still quite minimal, but we're actually having a character speaking, so that's something different. Not a lot of line variation here. Some Marina and the Diamonds State of Dreaming fan art. Her hands kind of look like floppy hot dogs. The ends of her dress do look like she's just been running through mud. The different colors in her hair though are very kind of nice. But her mouth, her mouth, you can't tell that it's lips or like a red lipstick. It could be like a mouth open situation, but it's just kind of unclear. I kind of like the shading on the skin besides the like gray dirt. Like why did I shade in gray? On her neck. She's like in the 21 Pilots music video. Okay, here's a self-reflection piece. Wow. She's saying and questioning, why am I drawn the same way every time? I must know. That's because you didn't like to push yourself and you didn't want to try to get better at art. You just kind of wanted to do it and get immediate recognition. Once again, with the striking neon colors, I guess that's my vibe and what I liked. The hands are really freaking me out, so if I'm kind of hurrying along with this one, it's because I don't really want to look at them anymore. It's kind of cute how in the top left, there's like a mini artist version of me, and she's like feeling really bad for this anime character that's drawn the same way every time. Yes, every teenage girl's hyperfixations in 2013. Tumblr, Disney, kawaii fashion, Homestuck, Shrek, looks absolutely gorgeous, and a bunch of different music. What does that say? Owl City, Passion Pit, Avril Lavigne, Green Day, Tegan and Sarah, Marina and the Diamonds, Katy Perry Vocaloid, and the All-American Rejects. This style looks very like Adventure Time-esque to me. I don't know why I changed it up so much, and why I had the desire to like draw out a whole couch. This is like the most shittiest couch I've ever seen drawn, I'm not gonna lie. Like it's so... Why is my hand so shaky? Like you can... Jesus. Wow. One of my first real pieces of vent art, which is not something I do a whole lot. I must have been really, really bored to write out crying out all over the screen. Shit, I don't even know if I can make out any of the stuff that's written in her hair, but it's probably a bunch of cringe shit, I'm not gonna lie. Her mouth is stuffed full of dirt. This is fan art of the Studio Killers. I like that I'm drawing different body types a little more here. Other than that though, this kind of looks terrible. First of all, why is the pixel art in the front so extremely blurry compared to the rest of the piece? I'm not sure if I was trying to make Cherry here pop out or something like that. The green and the purple, like, slimy bits in her hair, that's, like, kind of cool if it was done with a little more shading and highlighting. But the random drop of, like, red is just kind of confusing to me. Like, I had to use every color of the rainbow here in this piece for some reason. So much so that I had to have her, like, crying rainbow tears, which is very 2013 now that I think about it, so it's kind of a period piece, if you want to put it that way. Oh, wow. This is fan art of Bee and Puppy Cat, which only the pilot was out around this time. The background doesn't really match the subject matter here at all. Bee is looking very cute and bubbly, and the background's kind of like she's in a vortex of doom. I have questions about the coochie area. She's just got an incredibly massive camel toe that I can't explain. Her collarbone appears to be protruding out of her neck area, which is really unfortunate for her, and I think she needs to get that checked out. Wow, an entire, like, year later, it's Mystery Skull's fan art of that one song, Ghost, was it called? This is one of the characters from that video that blew up around this time, I think. And I definitely remember drawing this in my video editing class in high school on Photoshop. So somehow I managed to do that. However the fuck. I don't fucking know how to use Photoshop today. But I figured out how to draw a whole anime girl in there during class. And this is what we got. I'm not sure if it was worth it, but now we'll have this forever, I suppose. We're actually drawing hands, even though the perspective of the left hand is in the wrong spot. Whoa, we just fast forwarded in time like 7 years maybe? We have a Kaito in his cute little hoodie dropping his favorite food, ice cream. The hands, once again, look terrible, but I do like everything else about this, I think. I'm not sure what my deal was here, because, like, I thought I was kind of good at drawing around this time, but, like, I actually wasn't at all. Realistically, this looks pretty shitty. But anyway, to kind of explain why there was such a huge gap here, I did draw a lot in my traditional sketchbook between this time. I was also kind of fooling around with trying to get a degree in something that would, like, get me a stable job, only to find out that I'm definitely not passionate in that field and blah blah blah, wasting a bunch of time only to realize that my true passion is art. But here we go, picking back up art again. We're now in January 2022. That was like 3 years ago at this point. And although this Reimu is like, I'm hiding the hands yet again still, like 10 years later, but she does look kind of cool. Like, I do kind of like this one a lot, mostly because of her ginormous shoes. I think that's really fun. We have a Len holding a hand of like an anonymous person in his one of his outfits from Project Diva. Lots of more like shading and like delicious mixing of correct colors here, I think. And it kind of looks very cel shaded in a way because I used minimal like blurring here. The background's very static, but that's alright, I guess. And I feel like the one thing that you can tell that I really struggled with is just still those hands. But at least I'm trying a little bit on one of them. Fast forwarding all the way to April 2023, I'm pretty sure this hand is drawn incorrectly. That looks wrong. Yeah, definitely wrong. Other than that, I do like the background attempt and this perspective attempt here. It's actually kind of nice. And the fact that I'm trying to add more characters into the background as well. It's not executed in the best way, but an attempt was really made here, I think. There's lots of little subtle details in the whatever it is that they're standing on. Ooh, I remember when I made this one, I thought it was so good. Like, I thought I cooked hella hard because I found out how to do, like, I don't even know what artists call it, sorry. But it's like that effect where you, like, double your piece and make it a different color and it looks kind of like, you know, cybery and stuff. And I do like this, like, cybercore aesthetic. I just think a little bit more correct proportions in the arms and hands, as well as like a more uniform face would probably go a long way for this piece. This April 2023, I was playing Project Eden's Garden, which is a Danganronpa fan game, and I kind of wanted to do this thing where if I made a keychain of it, I could like flip it on the other side and there would be like a cool dark version of this character. And I think she's kind of cute. Like, I like her proportions. The one thing that like pisses me off about this piece is like her eyes, I guess. Like for some reason they just kind of don't look right to me. Like it kind of just looks like a little bit too much in there, you know what I mean? I don't know. But overall, I think this one is really cute, and I really like the pops of little dots I added in her shading of the hair and the clothing. Another one where for the longest time, I thought this was like my peak like work. Like I thought there's no way I could get any better than this, but I still think like her eyes do look a little like insane. If I were to redo this, I would like change up the eyes definitely, and like her hands, like her fingers look like they've been dipped in like frosting, which I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's like kind of cute, but at the same time I think it's a little bit extreme. I really like her outfit though, and all the colors chosen. I also really like the background here. I also thought this one was like really good, but now that I've done a lot more drawing, I can see the flaws in this one a little more easily. But out of the things that I do like, I like all of the little inclusions of like different media that Konata and I both like. The glitchy eye and coronet is kind of like a genius idea, I still think, and the glitter cutout behind her is really cute as well. I'm not sure how I feel about like the JPEG Windows wallpaper in the background. Like I do think it's a cool concept, but it just looks very low quality because I just kind of slapped it in the background there. And the thing that kind of bothers me the most about this piece is like her hands and her fingers. Like they just don't look right. Like there's only like 3 fingers there. I'm not sure that's really not really supposed to work like that. But other than that, the shading is pretty cute. The varying colors in the line art is also pretty nice. We have an anime version of Ariana Grande from her Yes and music video. I do really like the like sleek white outlines and shimmers you could see in the black portions of her outfit here. I feel like it was kind of a more lazy way to give the clothing texture the effect that I wanted it to. Her face looks only mildly scary. I think it could be done a little better, like her ears are way too small first of all. But other than that, it's kind of a nice pose. The hands look a little spidery. Oh, this one's kind of fun and cute. Sorry if your eyes are being assaulted. I really wanted to make this really bright and fun Dekora version of Yayoi, this anime character. You can tell I have no clue how to draw bags or anything like that, but I think it was kind of fun drawing this outfit. The eyes look a little wonky, but overall they're still kind of cute. There is not that much line differentiation. Like I feel like I could have taken it to the next level a little bit, but I do like the outlines and how all of this background kind of meshes together. Getting into my Nancy Drew era again, I do like this one. Like there was a lot of effort put into this one. Like I planned out the whole outfit and everything, and I think the outfit is still really cute. And the pose with the little case file diary, that's very like, it's a very cutified version of Nancy, which I was really into growing up and still am. I like the washi tape and the references to the sunny doodles in the background. That's really cute. I love the cow print. I love the bubblegum, the pink glitter, the magnifying glass, and all of the different values, even though most of this piece is just pink. You can't see it very well in this image, but I painstakingly drew out like all of the details in her like knitted socks here. Ooh, May 2024, a little korone. This was drawn with the symmetry tool. I think you can probably kind of tell, but I think I'm kind of nailing like more of a style for the eyes that I want to keep doing, and I'm glad that I drew both hands, technically. Here we have Amu from Shugo Kyara. I think this one is also really cute. I think I'm just a sucker for any of my pink pieces. I think the one thing about this one is that her eyes don't really mesh well with the rest of the piece. Like the whole rest of the piece is all like values of red and pink, but her face and her eyes have this like random brown in them. So maybe if that was recolored to more match like a more reddish and pinkish tone, it would really flow a lot better. Another touch that I actually do like about this is like the tons and tons of sparkles that I added around her. I also like that I'm making my lines a little more thicker on the outside as well. It gives it more of like a bouncy, cute quality. Here we have Nurse Witch Komugi. I still really like this one. It is pink, but there is like more of like a black outline, kind of gives it more of a nostalgic feeling, I think. It just definitely looks very like moe and very much like 2000s. Ooh, this one looks very soft compared to the rest. I wanted to push myself by like drawing an actual like in nature background for once, and I wanted to include like some kind of object that the character could be like interacting with in some way. So we're starting off with this like crudely drawn bench. Like it's kind of cute, but overall she just looks very deformed and it's in a very weird, incorrect perspective. I do like the use of the pencil brush here to really give it a lot of softness. Her left hand is kind of driving me a little crazy, like it's definitely not supposed to look like that. Her eyes do look pretty cute, so this one's kind of a mixed bag for me when I look at it. This is like a fully indulgent piece of like Nicole from ZZZ with random lyrics from Chaperone. Her bag is cute, and I think her hands, like we kind of actually did it this time. And oh my gosh, the shading and like the hair, like the different like yellow highlight colors with the pink and like all the blues, and like holy crap, I used the whole like neon rainbow here. I kind of like it. It's just like very, very intense. It can get to be a bit much when you're looking at it for a long time, and for that reason I'm going to move on. In August, I experimented with drawing on Roblox for the first time and trying to do a little bit of more pixel art. You can tell it's quite messy pixel art here, but like I still kind of like this one. I mean, I like how cute her face and the eyes are drawn. No hands in sight, but this Mayuda is still pretty cute. The neon green is kind of hurting my eyes a little bit now. We're getting a little bit close for comfort here. This one is as recent as January 2025. This Miku's outfit was based off of like that one song, Confessions of a Rotten Girl. I do really like the style chosen here. I just think maybe in her lower half, I think that's part of what bothers me here. Her lower half is kind of like wonky. That back leg that she's got definitely probably isn't drawn in the right perspective or place. But other than that, the hair looks really stringy and detailed, which is what I do like. Now we've got a Fortnite Miku. This one's definitely a little bit more like rounded and bubbly looking. And the hands definitely look really good. And the eyes are kind of on point there. And I like all the different colors in Miku's hair, and I like this whole outfit in general. And it was one of those times where I had to push myself to draw something new, being her little gun here, because I like never ever draw guns. That's why it looks way less quality than the rest of the piece. As for the shoes, I think these shoes are pretty good. Like, they're a lot better and more detailed than a lot of the other shoes that I've drawn before. Here we have a cute little digital version of a Sumomo drawing I did. This is one of my favorite pieces, even though it's super simplistic. This is just one of my favorite characters, and I really like how I drew it. She looks really high energy and adorable. This one, I feel like I am starting to surprise myself a little bit more. Oh man, I just really like this one overall, to be honest. First of all, I love how pink it is. Second of all, I was able to manipulate the text on her clothing, and her clothing itself does look really sleek and shiny somehow. I was able to give it that effect. The proportions on her look very nice, and her eyes and her face also look pretty dang cute to me. Now we're here on the final one, which is an Infinity Nikki drawing from February of this year. I know that there is not a lot of hand action going on here, but she is holding a cute Momo, so at least there is that, I guess. The eyes really, they could have been done better maybe, but like I feel like they encapsulate more of the style that I want to have. Same thing with the hair here as well. And overall, I'm just pretty proud of this one. And I hope that I can continue to grow even more from here. Hopefully, I'll be able to see my progress evolve even more over the next year or two or longer. And I wish you all the best on your own art journeys. Feel free to like leave a comment and let me know your socials or your website or anything where I can check out your art, because I also love seeing other artists' work and like connecting with other artists who may or may not be watching this. So thank you everyone for watching. Have a really relaxing, nice day with a nice cup of hot cocoa or something. Alrighty, bye bye!